Let's get down to business to defeat the Shadow Lord. Why are you on warrior? I'm sure I asked for Bard. You're a ragtag bunch of pathetic noobs, and you haven't got a clue. How could I level up with you? Through the Jugna Forest and across Lefane Plateau. Once we reach the Valcom Dunes, I'll level up my blue. Your accuracy sucks and you miss a lot. Perhaps you haven't got the skill. Somehow I'll level up with you. I'm never gonna level up. If we die, say goodbye to XP.
Boy, was I a fool for saying I paladin.
This guy's got me scared to death.
Hope he doesn't act for the party.
Boy, I already wish this game would let me swim. Level up. We'll set up camp by the boat at the water. Kill all the crabs and the pugils too. But just watch out for the bounty hunter. If you aggro that, the whole party is screwed. Time is racing toward us till our final fight. Once we time our weapon skills, then we might make light. You're unsuited for playing war, so pack up, warp home, you're through. How could I level up with you? Level up. We'll set up camp by the boat at the water. Kill all the crabs and the pugils too. But just watch out for the bounty hunter. If you aggro that, the whole party is screwed.
Alrighty, happy people. Hello, and welcome to my new series.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Mog House, where today we have a...
Oh. I did not need to be talking now. Alright. There we go. Alright, so anyways, today we're going to take a look at all things related to leveling up. And part of my reason for doing this series is because it's so frustrating once you get to level 99 that you just really don't know what to do. There's so much to do. It's kind of hard to figure out what really should be, kind of going to get yourself built up into endgame. So today I thought we would take a look into some of the process that's involved. So really, if you guys are out there on the Asura server, more than welcome to come join me, either here on Discord or on the game. I'd be welcome to help answer questions, help you out if I can, whatever. Anyhow, tonight I thought we would do, we're going to take a look into a couple of things. Probably the first one is going to be some of the requirements for oh my gosh, I forgot what they're called now. Not colonization, Wildskeeper Reives, that's what we're going to look at. Wildskeeper Reives, I think that's an excellent place to start once you actually hit level 99. to just to start getting to some of the gear together, as well as kind of get a little bit more experience of what endgame is kind of like. Anyhow, we'll go ahead and get started. I just had to bring in my Mickey glove out for the fun. Alright, so Super Pancakes is still my newest character, and so we're going to use him. And we're going to actually go through quite a few of the Wildskeeper Reives, and you guys are welcome to join me if you can. I gotta bring my other characters though, because they all need it as well. Let's see here. I do want to give a special shout out to Monkhouse for letting me borrow his song as our intro for our new series. Okay. So first thing we're going to want to do is go to Adoulin. Huh, okay, that's not on here. Alrighty. Okay, so Wildskeeper Reives, they do require a bit of bail, and of course it's depending on what's going on, because some of the Wildskeeper Reives, they do have the campaign going on where they lower the cost of key items, but essentially what you need is bailed, and to get bailed you got to do coalition assignments, and basically those are, you're able to get them in places like the Pioneer Coalition, and basically talk to these happy people called the task delegators, and basically you ask for an assignment from them, and you carry it out, they give you bail for it. It's a pretty decent way to make a buck or two in terms of bail. And then once you've got enough, as you can see, it's 30k bail for one key item. Let's see. So if we go into currencies 2, you can see I've got at least a little bit of a cash pile up. And this is from doing coalition assignments. Mostly just doing coalition assignments. You can get bailed from other quests, but mostly coalition assignments are going to be your big haul for bailed. Colonization Reives and layer Reives also do count, but they don't give you nearly as much. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna get everybody over to let's see, I think, did we do this one already? Let me check. Oh, we have not. Okay. So we'll start with our first one here with the briar-proof net, Kolkov. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get all these happy people over there. Now, as I did mention before, there's one of several things to do. This isn't the first one that I would say start with, but... Hello, Rakustab. Tanugai! It's definitely what we're going to need. We're going to need some oomph into killing Kolkov, because he's going to be a pain in the rear. Alright, let's see. We got Hidden Kyo, we got Hidden Syrup, we got Tidra coming for Kolkov. Actually, I was saying that, you know, this isn't necessarily the first thing that you want to do. The first thing I highly recommend is actually getting all the stories done. Tonight I kind of wanted to take a little bit of a break from it, and we'll actually just do a little bit of the colonization, Wildskeeper Reives, and we'll go from there. Okay, so, and I just realized that the first place we're starting off, of course, is the long area, because where we want to be is actually going to be in Eastern Adoulin. Okay. So, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a tour of how this mechanic works. Come on. So I do apologize for the latency issues. I really don't know what's causing that just yet. Probably need to reset my connection. It was used very heavily today, and yeah, you know what? I did forget to turn it off when I left. Go pick up stuff. Sorry. Well, if it gets worse, I will have to reset it, and yeah, that'll be the end of that. But we'll try this right now. Okay, so in Eastern Adoulin, we're gonna head down this first little alley over here. We're going past the vendor. And we're going to come to a second vendor right here. Mr. Dimion. What do you mean the B's not up? Oh my goodness. Wow, okay. I guess we're gonna have to entertain you with a different beast. Well, let's see if the shark is up. Okay, so for the time being, I don't have enough points for everything on every character. So we're gonna have to select one, and hopefully we can find someone that's one of these things that are up. Wait a minute, is there a campaign going on? Oh, let's find out. Let's find out if there's a campaign going on. Alright, let's run over to Play Online real quick. Okay. Let's see what campaigns are running. Okay, this will help us out. Okay, we got increased drops, okay. Might as well all assault, okay. Guy's Fate, okay. Rick's and Zima Guy's Fate, okay. Abjuration Dial, okay. Hypertrochobo Digging. See, this doesn't say that there's a campaign for this running, so what's the deal? People just killing it for fun? Huh. Okay, there we go, okay. Okay, well, I guess let's try and see if the Moramar is up. Waiting on B, okay. So I guess all of them are down. Wow. Okay. Alright, well, then I guess we'll just all buy a Briarproof net and wait for the beat. That's gonna bite. It shouldn't bite too much. A Chimera Drifts is... Oh, okay. Ouch. You know, I don't know if I can get everybody over there, but try. Is anybody fighting it? Yeah, I guess I should ask that question first. Oh, my goodness. I'm not even going to get time to get over there. Man. How about that? Okay. Well, we'll try it. See if I can get there. So it's going to begin. Right. Yeah, there is no way we're getting over there that fast. Yeah, that ain't happening. We're probably gonna go and hang out with the bee. That's too fast. I still have to walk all these guys out there, so yeah, it's probably not gonna work out. Okay, well, let's see, where we... Okay, so we gotta be able to get to number 2. Let's see where we gotta go with these guys. Okay, so we're gonna have to go to 1 and walk from there. Okay, now we can go. So, one of the reasons why this is kind of a necessary step for new players. Come on. Okay, so what makes it a necessary step is that Colonization Reives and Wildskeeper Reives have this neat little feature here. Under Content, Wildskeeper Reives. And once you select it, you get, for the first time, get a completion of 3% bonus to your capacity points. It's a permanent bonus, and it stacks with other bonuses. So, essentially, it's a must if you want to get capacity points and get to the 2100 job points master and kind of really step into endgame content. Oh, what? Wrong one. I don't want King of Hearts. I want Karaha Baraha. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, so we're going to bypass these happy people. Okay, so everybody's gonna touch this, so we don't have to do it again. Okay. And off back on our horses. And away we go. Okay, so we are gonna have to pass through a layers reef. So let's just double check real quick to see if we've done a layer reef here. Layer reefs. Okay, so we have. Oh, let me double check, make sure everybody's done one. I have the sneaky suspicion I did this without other people here. Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we gotta do 2 of these to really get credit for it, so we'll pick up another one on our way out, maybe. There will be no more hiccups. No. Alright, so pick up his home point crystal. It's the Hat Brigade. Alright, so I guess while we'll wait, I'll show you a couple of interesting things here. So, as you can see right now, it's very difficult to tell who's got what TP as far as the party goes, and there's a simple little way to do that. To be able to make that appear. And you can go slash party info TP. Does it show party info TP? No. Huh. That's strange. I'll have to go back and look this up now. Alright, so... where did I see it at? Starting or returning player? Let's see. Oh, that's not the right guy. Okay, let's see. Going from 1 to 119. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is basically a beginner's AF guide. There we go, chat filters. Okay. So if we go under hotkeys and text commands. Oh, party info show TP. Okay, that's it. Okay. So. And now we can see what our party members have, not trusts, but we can see what our party members have at least. And we go under configuration menu here, we go to status icons. We can see we now have a timer. It shows just how much longer our spells are going to be active on us. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So, /ignore trust, /hide trust, these will help out, especially for big fights like this one where everybody under the sun will be here with all their trusts in different parties. Okay. Do-do. So there is an item search, but it is extremely complicated. Because it's got to be exact, and it has to be exact the way we have it set up. Okay, so actually, here's another thing too. It's a link shell concierge. So if you're having trouble finding a link shell on whatever server you're on, this is the person to go to. The link shell concierge will help you find a link shell that's looking for people. Generally, most link shells that are looking are typically looking for newer players. And very few veteran ones actually use the link shell concierge. I can't be quite honest, I can't really think of any, but it's a great way to meet people and get into groups and be able to do stuff. That way you don't have to have 4 accounts like I do. Okay, so Records of Evidence is also your friend. I know it's my friend. But this will help you with getting stuff done. So one of the big things that I really can't stress enough is get your missions done. Getting your missions done accomplishes so much for you. For number one, if you're big into the story of the game, this is where all of it is. It's in the missions. Number two, if you're not into the story, this is your way to access all of the endgame content is through the missions. You'll get access to other areas and the basic fights that lead to the higher tier fights, which are all considered endgame. You know, and this is a great way to really track your progress. Oh. No, I haven't finished that one yet. Ooh. Okay. So, and the more that you do these, the more places actually will open up for you. So, once you start actually doing the game, you'll have shortcuts and ways to get to places quicker. And that's a huge, huge plus if you're doing endgame content. You don't want to be the guy that's like, how do I get that spot? Uh-oh. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, well, I guess we'll go and do... While we wait for the Wildskeeper Reives. We'll go do another layer for you to get this one thing out of the way. Okay, so the one that I squashed on my way over here is back up. Or should be back up. Let's see, this said J6. Where's... Oh, J6 is way over there. F9. Okay. Well, their reviews don't take as long to wait on as... Certainly these slow boats. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh, we didn't get any credit for that, huh? Okay. That's strange. I should have gotten credit for that. Okay. Okay, so back to records of evidence and books. Books are also your friend. Those also help you get around. Login campaigns. Now, this one sounds a little bit tricky, but basically, if you log in every day, you get points, and those points you can spend for free stuff. I think at some point I'm going to come out with an actual list of the stuff to get that will help you versus looking through everything to figure out what might be good. Okay, so maps and spells. This one's kind of a little bit of a tricky one. So back in the day, there used to be some spells that were just ridiculous to get because you had to do a really hard quest for them. In some cases, you just had to have do a quest that involved other players. And back in the golden age of Final Fantasy XI, there was a lot of player cooperation where you could be able to find stuff like this available at any time. But nowadays, you can't. So what people at Square have done is they've actually made access to some of these spells via a scroll vendor of some kind. They just put a really big price tag on the thing. It's still possible to actually get these spells using the old method of scroll through a quest, but it's awful hard to find people who will help out, especially with the ones that require multiple players. Okay, so we don't feel like we're wasting people's time with this one. We're gonna go out here and we're gonna just kill some stuff, just get some EXP. Now, always when you're waiting for something to happen, like the instance of what we're doing right now, it's always good to go out and just kill random stuff until whatever you're gonna do is gonna take place. And the reason I say that is because, if nothing else, you're getting CP points. The CP points will help out in the long run. Or, yes, they're also known as capacity points. And just having those capacity points gives you job points to master your skills. Ooh, excuse me. So, as you can see here, there's a major difference in capacity points. that are earned, as you can see, between Hidden Kyo and Super Pancakes. Super Pancakes getting 189 cap points per mob, and Hidden Kyo is only getting 72 per mob. Huge difference in getting these storylines done. So just kind of help to cement the idea that getting the storylines done really does help, and making sure that you get the most out of your capacity points. Because the last thing that you want to do is spend forever, or maybe spending forever to get anywhere in this game. Alright, so let's turn this animal around and let's go take a look and see if we've got our happy bee is up yet. I didn't see the message, but I might have missed it in combat because I was busy trying to make sure everybody's engaged. Nope. And the nice thing about the bees in these newer areas is they don't take as long to spawn. Which is nice, because it means you can stay huddled in one spot, and there you go. Excuse me. Oh man. Well, this is disappointing. I kind of really wanted to show off doing his Wildskeeper Reives before moving on to the next thing. It looks like I might have to change that. Grr. Grr. Alright, well. And it is a disappointment. Apparently I just missed getting in all this stuff. Someone else just came and chopped everything up. It could take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours to have this stuff pop up again. And I don't know how much time has gone by since the thing was killed, so could be a few minutes, could be 2 hours. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna have to go back to doing storyline again. Storyline. No. Well, I did try to break the mold, as it were, and provide something better, but obviously that wasn't meant to be. Okay. Well, let's figure out where we left off on missions. Let's see. Glimmer of Portent. Oh, yes, okay. We got stuck behind one of these things. Okay, so just to kind of give everybody a really good example of what still I think needs to be edited is these things right here. Wait until next game day. Absolutely the most boring stuff. It's just disgusting to me. Okay. I don't understand why we still have to wait for the game day. Okay, so let's talk to Lavelle. Let's see, I think that's right. Super Pancakes had actually gone over this cutscene already. But Hidden Kyo has not. So, what if I minded my own business playing the nose harp? You want to fight about it? Forget about it. I'm not gonna let myself end up just another bushwhack in your pioneering conquest. You really want to know why I'm so happy? Let's just say even someone like me, who shovels the bureaucratic manure all day, has the occasion to get excited. You know how everyone was worried about Arcelia's sudden disappearance, right? Oh, maybe you would know whether this whopper is actually going to get some weight behind it or not. They say Arcelia was spirited away by a demonic vermin. Oh, demonic varmint, right? Well, what do you think? Could it actually be true? Let's distract him with the humming. We gotta do it. I never thought I'd say this, but your humming's the most terrifying thing I've ever heard. It sounds like the wailing. Wait, what were we talking about? Oh well, the important thing is the princess is as snug as a bug in a rug once again. Speaking of which, she's been moseying on to our humble establishment quite often ever since she returned. With Yigna's illness eating away at his capability to lead, seeing her sweet face has been a breath of fresh air to the pioneering initiative. Colonization has been marching along to the tune of progress, and we pioneers, coalition members, get to gaze upon Arcelia's radiant beauty almost every day. It's enough to move you to sing, or move you to song, or sing. Oh, come on. I thought you could take a joke. Either way, that's not all her returns left us with. I'm not sure why, but even the curmudgeons of the Order of the Witherspoon have stopped flapping their gums over the colonization issue. I could finally work without getting a sermon about the Founder King's last words. Let's get the hay out of here now. Come to think of it, I bumped into Ingrid from that very order the other day. She gave me the dirtiest look I've ever seen in my life. That's a dirty look? No. When I mentioned your name, you'd have thought I was spat in the face of the goddess or something. Well, you just don't know. You just don't know. Okay, so what in the high seas happened between you two? Wait, maybe it's best not to cry. I will say though, the scuttlebutt has it that the exorcist no longer makes patrols into the jungle. Could it be that you called upon some unholy powers to manipulate them into Lavelle? Less shrieking, more working. You can be sure I'll tan your hide if you call me that again, runt. Whoopsie, did I say that out loud? I guess I'll have to tell the others we can't use it anymore. What was that? Oh, look at the time, so much to do. Such a tight schedule. I best fit my nose back to the grindstone. Huh. the bill. I never know you were so devoted to performing well. What? Oh, I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover, Master Lingovo. If that's the case, then why don't you take a page out of my book and kiss your next day off goodbye? What? No! Not during COVID-19! I never know if he's playing cat and mouse with me or if he's really that dumb. What happened in Kyoto? I have a request. You see, we just learned of a problem that has arisen within the four-year coalition. Even though it may turn out to pose only the tiniest of threats to the colonization, we must walk like a cat on eggs. Now that the voice of opposition has finally gone silent, we can't afford to jeopardize the strides we've made. Failure is not an option here. That's why I need you to go to the four-year coalition and find the source of the trouble. Would you do that for me? No problemo. Thank you. Hopefully you can track down and snap this problem's neck in two before it causes any harm. Happy hunting! Alright. Okay, so the next quest is the beginning of Chapter 4. Thank goodness. I really forgot where we actually had left off on this thing. Okay, speak to Kipling. They call him as Courier Coalition, okay. Kipling. Okay, there he is. Alright, so we're going to talk to Kipling. Okay, so... Oh, it's been such a long time since I last saw you, Timberbeck. What's the matter? We've no place to store this massive cargo destined for the Little Lands. That's what. None of the documents are even in order. It's partly the finance minister's fault, but still. You do know that the minister has to sign off on all the national and transactions, right? Well, of course, that doesn't apply to private business deals, so you think the work would be manageable enough. However, every form has been littered with mistakes lately. It's plunged the warehouse into utter chaos, I tell you. Now that I mention it, I don't recall a time when Adoulin's finances were in such a state. The Order of Wolfarus trains their members well. Every minister I've heard of has studied there, and they've all been absolute sorcerers with numbers. Perhaps the greatest of them all is the current one, Melvin del Melcroy. He can tally hundreds of different accounts in the blink of an eye, all while eating a 3-course breakfast. He needs but a brief glance over even a tower of documents to spot every single error, and only a few swift strokes of the quill to rectify them. That's what makes this rash of obvious mistakes even more odd. We've seen not just mathematical errors, but whole chunks of information omitted. Thanks to the Ministry's sloppy work, our warehouse is overflowing with some materials and completely lacking others. It's physically impossible to fulfill all our orders that we have. Sorry to drag you into this for pancakes, but could you possibly head to the waterfront and check on how things are going? I'm sure it's all topsy-turvy over there, but maybe you could find which end is up. Okay, well, I hadn't really intended to do missions tonight, but that's kind of what we're being forced into since I can't get Wildskeeper Reives done. So we're gonna end it here pretty soon, but yeah, we're gonna go probably about another 10-15 minutes here. I mean, we really do need to get through this chapter so that I can get Super Pancakes set up for the vagary bosses. This was kind of like the last resort to what we were doing, but when will this drudgery cease? What would a pioneer like you be doing in the cesspool of a warehouse? How is it going? Do you even have to ask? Take a look around. It's a bedlam of incarnate. We have a dearth of bare necessities and a surplus of luxury items. I cannot fathom how our city will be able to subsist if this ridiculousness continues any further. Guileburn, may I have a word with you? If you think I have the time for this idle twaddle, you are sorely... Oh, my apologies, Lord Estinius. You have no time for kissing up to people, Guileburn. I'm here to inform you that we still do not have an adequate time frame for shipping you know what. You surely do not mean, this is enough to make me bash my head against the warehouse wall. Do you see what I mean, Pioneer? It's a veritable maelstrom here. Oh my, you would not happen to be Super Pancakes by any chance, would you? It's a veritable... Okay, yes, I would be. Have I heard of you? Of course I have. I would venture that there is nary a person in Castle Adoulin who has not heard of your name. It echoes from the rafters wherever patrons and servants alike gather. What? This mealy-mouthed guy is really that famous? Indeed he is. I assume that That is thanks in large part to how much trust Arcelius places in him. That hardly comes as a surprise, though, if the tales of Super Pancake's adventures in the Middlelands are to be believed. While we are on the topic of introductions, allow me to take my own. My name is Estonio, and I am aide of Melvin de Melcroy. Sir Melvian has been preoccupied of late with other tasks, so I have assumed his ministerial duties for the time being. And a right mess of it you have made, too. I could argue with that statement. Yes, I admit that my capabilities pale in comparison to the minister's. In my defense, though, no being could review dozens of documents simultaneously as he does. It is not hyperbolic in the least to suggest that Melvian de Melcroy is the single biggest reason of the nation's mercantile success. I have barely slept a wink in the past fortnight, yet I have come nowhere near to replicating his emphasis. Huh? Oh, was that a land shiver? It was a shiver, alright. No. It would stand to reason, seeing how there has been a spat of them recently. For certain, they are equally as disheartening as the current distribution situation. More so. The last one of some force decimated a church on a nearby islet. To think a building of historic significance stood for generations, gone in an instant. Where would we ever find the bale with which to rebuild it? Although I suppose that is the least of our worries in this juncture. Which brings me to something I would like to discuss with you, Super Pancakes. To tell you the truth, we have saddled with a tall order from your homeland. They request a contrivance that is often made by your very own Adventures Coalition. Our very own, okay. To graft it, we would need an F-skin, a lock of manticore, a buffalo horn, a square of manticore leather, and a square of buffalo leather. Nothing else comes to mind, please. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, so thanks to my follow, we are now short on buffalo horns. Our client is breathing down my neck with a shipment, so likely I will need to ask other pioneers to lend their aid as well. Once I procure one buffalo horn, I would ask you to bring a gold beard. Oh wow, okay. Okay, so he needs 4 locks of manticore hair, and everybody else looks like they need a buffalo horn. Alrighty, happy people. I think I'm going to cut it off here for tonight. I've been sitting down all day doing some other stuff, and I'm just absolutely need to just stand and stretch. And so it's kind of hurting me to sit down. Anyway, guys, have a good night. We'll see you next Sunday for Level Up series. Hopefully next time we will be able to actually do the Wildskeeper Reives I was hoping to do. Tomorrow night, Monday night, we're going to be doing Tales of Vesperia for the 360. And then from there, we'll move on to Friday to do more endgame content in Final Fantasy XI. So I hope to see you there. And again, more than welcome to hit me up, guys, if you need a hand. Just want to party or looking for somebody to party with. Please reach out to me, my friends. Have a good night. And this is Hidden Brew signing out.